Tell us your name.
Robin Wright Mercer.
And how are you employed?
I'm a teacher with Graceville Elementary School.
And what grade do you teach?
First grade.
The last school year, did you have a student in your class named Adrianna Hutto?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember her?
Oh, yes.
What can you tell us about Adrianna?
She was a beautiful little girl. I loved her very much. She just had a beautiful smile, and she got along well with the kids, and I just loved her.
Okay, did she have some problems at school from time to time?
She did. There were a couple times that she had wet her pants, which is actually nothing unusual in first grade. We do have that from time to time. There were a couple times that she would hit other children, and we would have to get on to her about that. And she used profanity from time to time. And then after I had discussed with her that little girls are not supposed to use that kind of language, then I didn't have any more problems out of her.
Okay. Did you know she was on medication?
I did.
Okay, and what was the medication for, do you know?
From what I understand, ADD, ADHD.
All right. Did you have any contact with her mother, Amanda
Yes.
Lewis?
Yes, I did.
Do you see Miss Lewis in the courtroom?
Yes.
Was Miss Lewis involved in her child's progress there at the school?
Yes, she was.
Would you call her and talk to her?
Yes, and if I had any problems, she would call me back. She seemed like a very concerned parent.
Okay. And what would happen if Adrianna had a bad day and wet her pants? What would happen?
She actually came to the school and picked her up the day that she did wet her pants. It was later in the afternoon, so really there was no need for her to come back to school. It was, I would say, 1:30 in the afternoon, and we get dismissed about 2:30, 2:45.
Did Adrianna make progress through the first grade?
Oh, yes. She was a very bright student, and she had a lot of potential. She loved to read.
She loved to read?
She loved to read. Anytime we had any free time, she would read. She loved books.
About how many times do you think you talked with her mother, had either over the telephone or talked to her face-to-face about Adrianna?
I would say probably 10 to 12 times. We have mid-year conferences, and she came for the mid-year conference, and we had that with every child to discuss their behavior, their academics, and just basically their progress in first grade and how well they'll do in second grade, and she came for that. She came for awards day. She came to eat with her child from time to time.
And basically, Adrianna was sort of a normal first grader then.
She was.
Did you ever, when she came to school, was she on time, or was she one of those kids that's always late? Or?
No, she always came on time. We never had any problem with excessive absences.
Was she dressed appropriately?
Very. She loved wearing dresses and skirts, and one thing I can remember about her is first thing in the morning she would come to my classroom just to show me what she had on for that day, and she loved to have her hair done in different ways, and she would show me, and I would always joke around with her, telling her that I would want what she had on, and it just seemed to make her feel good about herself, but she was a beautiful little girl.
Now as a teacher, are you all educated or schooled to look for signs of abuse
Yes,
among
we are.
your children? And did you ever detect any signs of abuse?
I never saw any bruises. She seemed very happy, and we talked every day. Graceville Elementary is a very small school, and I don't have a big class. I had a very small class, so we were very close. All my students and myself were very close. And she loved her brother. She talked about her mother in high regard.
Okay. And you never had any concerns about her being abused or not being taken care of? Or?
No, I did not.
Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
When did school get out?
I'm wanting to say May 24th.
Okay. How many students did you have?
If I could remember correctly, I had 17, but from time to time we have children leave and get new students.
Did you know that Adrianna was afraid of water, like going swimming?
She never told me that, but she did tell some other students that.
Okay. that she was afraid of the water.
Yes,
She didn't like to be around the water.
right.
And you last saw her in May of,
I saw her, the last day I saw her was awards day.
yes ma'am.
And I hugged her and I told her I hope she had a great summer and to keep reading a lot of books. And I told her to be good for her mother.
Okay. And she loved books, didn't she?
Oh, she loved books.
Okay. And ma'am, I believe you've stated before that she was a very, very bright, smart little girl, and she had lots of potential.
She did. She did. She did.
Thank you. No further questions.
Bradley, this is Defense Exhibit 1. It's marked with separate photographs, 1A and 2H. Let me ask you if you recognize those photographs and ask you whether you're the one who took them.
Yes, sir, these appear to be enlargements of the photographs I took.
All right. We saw some of them in, I guess, like a 35 millimeter format here
Yes, sir.
today that the prosecution introduced, and these are just sort of a blown up version of that, right?
Correct.
Now, those photos, were they taken the afternoon of the drowning?
This one, this one, this one, this one. That one may have been taken the next day. I had to look at my
Okay.
photo log, but
That would be, the last one is H. If I could, I'd like to have the witness step down so we can use the presenter and ask you questions about the photograph. I'll present it to you one time. Are we showing up? Oh, okay. Now, this is what's been marked as Defense Exhibit 1A. I guess we need to back out just a little bit. All right. Now, when you got out there, did you see a little red wagon up next to the pool?
yes, sir, when I arrived, the wagon was there. Yes, sir.
Was it actually touching the pool?
It was up on, I believe, so I could look and see if it was pretty close.
So this picture depicts exactly how the wagon was when you got out there.
Yes, sir.
Let me show you one, Defense 1B, and I believe this smaller version of this may already be in evidence. This is a picture of the red wagon again. What is this under the wagon? What is this dark material under the wagon?
It looked like water.
Looks like water. And was there water also inside the wagon?
There was some water standing on top of the dirt, yes, sir.
Okay, so it was basically mud then in the wagon.
Yes, sir.
And you recall from Amanda Lewis's statement, she said that AJ had filled that wagon up with dirt. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
My question is, was there a hose anywhere around here where you could put water in that wagon?
Not by the pool, no, sir.
Any other, had it rained that day?
I don't remember. I don't recall the rain.
It doesn't look like it's rained out there, does it? And again, this is Defense 1C, and does this better depict or show the water underneath the wagon?
Yes, sir. You can see water or some sort of liquid there. Yes, sir.
And this is getting to be about the same picture, but 1D also shows water under the wagon, correct?
Correct.
And then this would be 1E. It's a picture of the wagon looking down on the wagon, right?
Yes, sir.
And you took that picture.
Yes, sir.
And this appears to be basically mud in the wagon.
Yes, sir.
And then this shows the water under the wagon.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any explanation for how that water got in this wagon and on the tarp underneath the wagon?
No, sir.
Did you ever investigate and try to figure out how that water got in there?
No one ever explained it, no, sir.
I'll show you 1G. What is this white object in the pool?
Right, this right here,
Right.
that is the white plastic dishpan that was upside down.
Okay. And I believe when he spoke to Mr. Carnley, he said that that pan was outside the pool. That's what the family put their feet in to wash their feet off to get in the pool, right?
I believe so, yes.
You know how that pan got inside the pool?
No, sir.
Did you try to find out? Now, is this a close-up of that pan that's in the pool? Let me identify it. That 1H?
Yes,
1H. Now, this is a picture of that pan, isn't it?
yes, sir.
What is all this dark material around the pan?
It's like leaves, grass, and dead bugs.
Looks like bugs, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
And then lastly, this picture, 1F, there's a ball in the pool, isn't there?
Yes, sir.
Whose Spider-Man ball was that?
I believe AJ said that was his ball.
AJ said he had a Spider-Man ball, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
But he said it was in the shed, didn't he? He
Yes.
said all his sport balls were in the shed. Did you try to find out how that Spider-Man ball got in the pool?
He never said.
Did you ask him?
No one ever said anything.
Judge, I move defense composite 1A, or 1A through H, am I correct, into evidence?
Any objection?
None.
Okay, they will be admitted as defense exhibits 1A through 1H.
If that's all the questions I have, Sergeant Radley.
Okay. Any questions from the state?
Yes, sir. Just a few, Judge. Have a copy of the defendant's statement there with you, sir?
No, sir, I don't have it handy.
I'd like for you to look at the bottom of page 10. Bottom of page 10, top of page 11.
Yes, sir.
Now, is this a copy of the transcript of the audio recording that the jury heard a few minutes earlier this afternoon?
Yes, sir, it is.
Now, isn't it true that the defendant, Amanda Lewis, told you AJ ran out to the pool, jumped in the wagon, and was raking at something in there?
Yes, sir, he was raking at something in the pool.
Rather than use my words, would you read her words there, sir, at the bottom of page 10, top of page 11?
I asked him where she was at, and he said she was playing at the pool, and I told him, I said, well, go tell her to come in so we can get ready to go, and I just, walked through the house to the sliding glass door to look, and I was going to tell her to come on in, because sometimes when AJ tells her, they'll bicker back and forth, so, and I didn't see her, so about that time, he was running to the pool, to see where she was at, and he jumped up on the wagon and looked in, and I guess he was trying to rake at her.
So he jumped up on the wagon and he was trying to rake her.
Yes, sir.
Oh. We saw some photographs earlier there, sir, of Adrianna's bedroom.
Yes, sir.
Did you see any books in that bedroom that day, sir?
Outside the scope of direct, Judge.
Withdraw the question, Judge.
Any additional questions? Any redirect?
No, sir.
Okay. Sergeant Reddy, you may step down.
Alan Lane Carnley.
Mr. Conley, did you and I have occasion to meet and go out to your residence and take some photographs?
Yes, sir, we did.
Did, who else was there?
At the time, it was Mr. Corcoran.
Chief Corcoran?
Yes, sir.
And did I bring a camera with me?
Yes, sir, you did.
Okay, let me show you what's been marked as defense exhibit 2, A through J. think I've shown you these photographs before. Do those look like some photographs that we took that day when I was out there?
Yes, sir, they are.
Now, do you remember the date, the exact date that you were out there?
No, sir, no, I don't remember the date, no.
How long after the Adrianna's death were we out there?
It wasn't very long, maybe a month, month and a half.
About a month?
Yes, sir.
Well, what happened to the swimming pool between the time Adrianna drowned and the time that I got in contact with you?
It was removed.
You took it down?
Yes, sir, a deputy told me I could.
Okay. And did I ask you to put it back up?
Yes, sir, you did.
Did you try to put it right in the same spot?
That same spot, and the grass was dead where the tarp went. We put it on the exact same spot where it was. Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, I'd like to have a witness sit down and go through some of these photographs. All right, let's just start with defense photograph 2A. And what is that a picture of?
That's my trailer in the pool, side of the yard.
Okay. What is out here in the front of the house there?
That would be the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dogwood tree to the left
Okay.
of the driveway.
And we'll get to that in a minute. Do you know about how far the pool is from the front of the house there?
Well, no, sir, not exact, no, sir.
Okay. But you tried to set it up in exactly the same spot that it was when Adrianna drowned.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Now, in 2B, what is this a picture of?
That's the warning.
That's the warning on the side of the pool. Can you read what it says about right here, beginning with that? It says never allow.
Never allow diving into product, never lean, straddle, or exert pressure on inflatable ring.
Okay. And why was that warning there? Do you know why you can't straddle the pool or put pressure on it?
At the top, cave in.
Now this is 2J, and who is that in the swim? Who's that standing by the swimming pool?
That would be me.
Okay. And what are you doing here?
I'm applying pressure to the ring.
How much pressure do you have to put on it to get it to deflate like that?
It wasn't very much.
Okay.
Very much pressure at all.
Would the weight of a child be able to depress it that much?
Yes, sir.
This is 2I. Again, is that you?
Yes, sir, that's me.
And what is this coming down the side of the pool here?
Water.
That's water. Now, is this in the same area where the red wagon was that
Yes, sir,
afternoon?
that's the same corner, yes, sir.
And is this corner higher than the other corner?
That's correct. The right side was higher, yes, sir.
Why is that?
The ground was unlevel.
Okay, because it's just unlevel ground.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, are you exerting a lot of pressure to get the pool to
Well, no, sir, you can see I'm not. It's not much pressure.
just leaning against
Just
it?
leaning on it, yes, sir.
Now, this is defendant's 2H, and what are you doing here?
I'm just leaning up to the pool, see how high up the pool is. to
Okay.
me.
Now, the pool seems to bulge out quite a bit at the bottom.
Yes, sir.
So if you're leaning into the pool, your legs are quite a bit further out from the ring of the pool.
That's correct, yes, sir.
How far can you get your hand down in the water there when you're doing that?
Not very far without you being tilted over into the water.
Okay, so you have to lean at quite an angle in order to get your arm into the water of the pool.
That's correct.
Who's taller, you or Amanda Lewis? Or are you about the same?
I believe we're about the same. I'm not really sure.
Now, this is a photo, tell me what this is. This is 2C.
That's the front side of my trailer.
Okay.
The east side.
And what is this tree over here?
That's the dogwood tree.
Okay, and what is there by the
That's the garbage can.
garbage can?
Yes, sir.
If AJ referred to a garbage can tree, what will he be referring
That
to?
would be it. That's the only tree in the front yard.
Okay. Now this is 2D, picture of the pool. Can you see the pool from the garbage can tree?
No, sir.
Is this it up over the roof line? But if you're standing in the tree, can you see the pool at all?
No, sir. Not unless you're on the very top. It can be very hard for him to get up to the very top.
Okay, so you have to climb up to the top of the tree to see the pool. Now this is 2E. And what does 2E depict?
That's the front of the doorsteps.
Okay. Again, if you're on the doorsteps, can you see the pool at all?
No, sir.
I think we already saw that one. This is 2G. And again, what is this a picture of?
That's from the garbage can view to the pool.
Okay, now this is the actual garbage can.
Yes, sir.
And could AJ climb up into these first few bowels in there?
Yes, sir. Right in the first view, yes, sir.
What would he do? Would he get on the garbage can and then climb up, or how would he do it?
I suppose, yes, sir. I never seen him do it, but yeah, I suppose he'd get on the garbage can and get up there.
So he could get up into this part of the tree here. Okay. And again, I think this is just one that we saw earlier, but again, there's no way you can see the pool from the garbage can tree. I think that's all of them. If you'd have your seat again. This is, again, the 2A through J. Okay, we move these into evidence.
Any objections from the state? Okay, those will be admitted as defense exhibits 2A through 2J.
You know Mr. Kirkland, the guy that runs the tractor for the power company?
Yes, sir, I do.
Had he or some of his crew been out on your road cutting limbs?
The day before the incident happened, they were out there.
Did you see him out there yourself?
I didn't actually see them, but when they left limbs all across the road and we had to move them.
Okay. So the limb cutting happened the day before Adrianna died?
That's correct, yes, sir.
Okay. And apparently he was out there the next day bush hopping?
That's what I was told, yes, sir.
Okay, but was he one of the guys cutting the limbs, or does he just come behind
No,
them?
he comes behind them.
Okay, and you're sure that they cut the limbs the day before?
It was the day before, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank
How do you know Mr. Kirkland?
He lives in town with me.
Okay. Your friend?
Well, I wouldn't say a friend, but I've known him pretty much all my life.
He doesn't have any reason, he doesn't have a dog in this fight, does he?
Well, not that I know of, no, sir.
All right. So, the power company came out and cut the limbs the day before, but isn't it true on that day, on August the 8th, Mr. Kirkland came out there and was bush hogging those limbs that were in the right-of-way?
I was at work, sir. I would not know.
So you're not coming in here telling this jury today, 190-something days later, that Mr. Kirkland was not out there on the day that Adrianna died, are you?
I'm not saying that, no, sir.
Okay, good. Now, these photographs were made, what, about a month and a half after Adrianna died?
That's correct, yes, sir. But I was told by an officer that it was okay to move the pool, sir.
I understand that. And you put the pool up and you could put it right in about the same place it was because the grass had died, right?
That's correct, yes, sir.
Okay. Isn't it true that although you put the pool in about the same place, there was more water in this pool in these photographs than it was when Adrianna drowned in that pool?
Well, I'm sure, sir, because when the pool was leaned into by Adrianna, some of the water came out. There was water in the wagon, if I'm not mistaken.
How do you know Adrianna leaned into that pool, sir?
Well, I wasn't there, but that's pretty much what I believe happened. Yes, sir.
Well, did you know your own girlfriend saw little AJ leaning into that pool? Standing in the wagon?
Well, no, sir, I did not know that.
She didn't tell you that?
I didn't really have a chance to talk to Amanda before they took her away.
Well, you've had over 6 months. In 6 months, you haven't talked with her about this?
Not every particular thing, no, sir. I sure haven't.
So this is news to you today that that your girlfriend, Amanda Lewis, the defendant, saw AJ run outside, get up in the wagon, and lean over that pool trying to rake his sister out of there.
I did not know that, no, sir.
News to you. She's never told you that. Is that what you're telling us, sir?
I do not remember that, no, sir.
Well, what did she tell you about what happened, sir?
This is the ants outside the school from the wreck.
I think it is. Objection sustained.
How much do you weigh?
About 155.
How much did Adrianna weigh?
I'd say about 70-something pounds.
Quite a bit lighter than you, right?
That would be correct.
Would you step down over, may the witness step down, Judge?
Yes.
Sir, would you step down over here so we can look at some of these exhibits here? Just come right over here. You take that pencil right there, sir. First of all, the dogwood tree or the garbage can tree in this photograph. That's right out here in front of the house, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And this is a photograph, the second photograph that we're looking at, photograph 2F. I guess that would be taken actually right in this area, looking back toward the pool. Is that right, sir? Standing in this area?
Like you mean you standing right in the front, right in here, yes, sir?
Okay. And that's what it would look like from there. Now, my question to you is, sir, can you give us an idea of how far it is from this pool over here to that corner? Ballpark.
I don't know, 40 feet, 50 feet?
Maybe 60?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe more than that, yeah.
All right.
Start looking at the picture.
60 feet. And just so we know, this pool is in, you put the water in this pool and it's almost filled to the brim right there, right, sir?
Well, that's correct.
Okay. And it wasn't that much water in the pool the day that Adrianna died, was it?
Not the day y'all came out there, no. They came out there, no, sir.
Well, I mean, we've got photographs, it's almost tipping over right there.
But you got pictures before the incident, before they came out.
And then at 1B, we have photographs, you can't even see the water in that. And we've got the others, you've
But
seen
you
the
got
others.
pictures before they came out there to see how high I had my water? Before the incident? Did you know that I didn't have it up to the rim before the incident?
So you're telling this court you had it filled to the
That's the
brim?
water that we had in it, yes, sir, it's in there right now.
Okay. You had that much water in there? That's your
correct.
testimony today?
Yes, sir.
And where did all that water go? Over in the wagon? Is that what you're talking about?
I suppose so, yes, sir.
So it's just flooded out there on the ground. Is that right?
Well, it should have been, yes.
Mr. Smith, are these the photographs that the officer made right here? What exhibit number are those? One?
One is the ones that Rayleigh made.
Now, that's what it was when the officers got out there that day. You see, substantially below the top of the pool, right?
All right.
And there's one where it looks like some water's in the wagon and outside there, right, sir?
All right.
And a little bit of water at the bottom of the pool, right?
All right.
And, I mean, water doesn't soak through that tarp there. It stand up on it or run off, right?
All right.
Not even any water over here. It's just right there, isn't it, sir?
There's a little bit there, yes, sir.
And here's another one where we see the water in that one down there at the bottom. Just a little puddle of water right in here, right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Now, let's go back to these photographs. The day that this one was made, let's see, that would probably be sometime in September, October of last year, right?
That's correct.
All right. Now, where's the one of that dogwood tree, or the garbage can tree, as y'all call it? Is that there on the bottom right there? I want to ask you something, sir. As best you can recall, you still live there. How far is that dogwood tree from the corner of your mobile home there? Do you know?
Left-hand corner or right-hand corner?
Well, I'm talking about this right-hand corner right there. This one. Right here.
Right there.
Ballpark.
Well, say about 25, 30, maybe thereabouts.
Okay. There it is. So this is another 25 or 30 feet there, sir?
Yeah, about that probably, yes, sir.
All right, so we got a total distance from the pool, perhaps 60 here, and then another out the outmost, maybe 30, 35 feet, right? And you will agree with me, you can't see the pool from this dogwood tree or this garbage can tree, can you?
No, sir.
But if someone was screaming in that pool, you could hear it from that short distance, couldn't you, sir?
Probably so, if the air conditioner went on.
Right. And from this point right here at the air conditioner, you could see if somebody was screaming, you could hear if somebody was screaming, and you certainly could see what was going on over there at the pool from this vantage point,
From the
couldn't
air
you, sir?
conditioner? If somebody was at the air conditioner, yeah, correct.
So, my question is, and I'm showing you what is marked as State's Exhibit 19, sir.
Mm-hmm.
If AJ Hutto had been around this garbage can tree, heard some screaming going on, and then ran to the corner right here, sir, he would have been able to actually see what was going on in that tree, wouldn't he?
Yes, sir. If he ran from this tree to that air conditioner,
He could see.
yes, sir. If that's what he done, yes, sir.
All right. Now, I've seen some photographs on the outside. There were some toys outside that day. Is that right, sir,
That's
when you got
correct.
home?
Yes, sir.
I believe AJ's toy was in the front yard. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Fire truck?
That's correct.
Where was that at, sir? Ballpark.
It was
Just show us on
over-
the
It
diagram.
was over to the left,
Okay.
over here.
And he had some little tractors. Where were they, sir?
I didn't see no tractors. All I seen was the fire truck.
All right, if I can get just a moment. Okay. Those right there in 1G, sir, where would they be based on where they're located right now? Would that be on the west side of your trailer over there, on the steps coming out on the west side, right?
That's correct.
And on the fire truck, that would have been out there in the front of the trailer, right?
To the west side, yes, sir. And in the front.
And then the bike, that's AJ's bike, right?
That's correct.
And that wagon, is that AJ's wagon?
That's correct.
And we saw a photograph of a toy gun. That would have been AJ's toy gun, right?
That's correct.
When you got there that day, sir, or the next day when you were walking around, where were Adrianna's toys?
I didn't see any Adrian toys outside.
Well, we've seen some photographs of curio cabinets inside now. Were that the children's toys in those curio cabinets?
That was stuff I had before they even moved over.
Okay, that was your collectibles.
That's correct, yes, sir.
Now, Adrianna, did she like to read?
Yeah, it's outside the scope of direct.
Sister.
You'd have a seat, sir. Just something, sir, that came to mind here, council brought to my attention. Earlier, when I first started asking you questions, we were talking about you didn't know that AJ was standing in that wagon, that your girlfriend never told you that, right?
That's correct. I never knew that. That's right.
And you said that y'all didn't really have time to talk about this. Let me see now. This happened. Adrianna she drowned on August the 8th of last year. And your girlfriend wasn't arrested until September the 5th, right?
That's correct.
That's almost a month, isn't it, sir? Thank you. No further questions.
Just to follow up, Mr. Carney, when we were out there and we caused water to spill out on the ground there,
Yes, sir.
where'd the water go?
It went all over the place.
Did it get in the grass?
Yes, sir.
Did it soak into the grass?
Yes, sir, it did.
If you got, back in August, was it wet or dry out there at your place?
It was wet
Okay.
all around the wagon area and,
I mean, the day that this happened?
yes, sir, that's what I'm talking about, yes.
Okay, was the ground around it wet?
Yes, sir, it was.
Okay. Did you point that out to the police officers?
Well, a lot of folks pointed out when we first got there, you know, look at the wagon and the bicycle up against the pool. And that morning when I left, it wasn't there, sir.
Right.
Neither one of the items were there the morning I left.
The Chief Corcoran pointed out to the police
Yes, sir,
officers?
because he was one of the first responders there.
Did he think it
noticed
was important?
Yes, sir, he did.
Thank you.
Any additional questions from the state?
And the bike and the wagon, Chief said that was in the same places where they're photographed in this picture, sir? Is that what you're saying?
The wagon, the bicycle had actually had fell over off the ground onto the ground. If that's that my understanding, yes.
Hey, I just thought of something. On these photographs, sir, there may be one in here in this exhibit. When you were leaning over and the water was coming out, you know, if you lean over and you weigh 100 and what?
At 155.
And if you lean over, that water will come out. Would you tell those folks over there what happens when you come off of that ring there? What happens?
It's going to stand back up. But the incident he's talking about is after I had done mashed it down and walked around to where he was at, the side actually collapsed after I walked away.
Well, let me see if I understand this right.
Okay,
You
so-
lean over on that ring and the water comes out, and then you come back up, the water stops coming out, right, sir?
That's correct. Unless, like I said, when he was there that day and I leaned into it and he told me to get off of it, as soon as I walked away, that's when it collapsed and came out.
And all that water ran out down about 8, 10 inches.
Until I walked to the side and pushed the top back up, sir. That's correct.
Well, did your girlfriend ever tell you that that water was, the side was still collapsed when she went out there and found Adrianna
You know,
floating face down in
I'm pretty
the
sure
pool?
she wasn't worried about what the pool was doing. I'm sure she was worried about getting Adrianna out of the pool.